Good evening. This is the 21st of December, a Thursday, and my name is Victor Moyakane, and you are watching the Daily Report. With me this evening is Ruto to help break down what's happening across the country in your world. Here are the highlights.
Tonight, questions emerge over the return by KDF to Kenya, with rebels kickstarting the war just hours after the soldiers were ordered to return.
Efforts have not only contributed to the regional stability, but also exemplified the East African community's ability in addressing security challenges collectively in the region.
Ministry of Education to adopt new guidelines on the CBC that will see learners' subjects reduced as recommended by the Presidential Working Party on education reforms. Plus, JSS teachers paint a picture of the pain and suffering they go through.
You can't renew a contract that pays 17,000, and if you divide 17,000 by 30, actually you are paid 500.
They accuse the Education Ministry of going against their working agreements.
The government is talking about each and every day that they have recruited teachers 56,000. That is a lie.
All that and so much more we have in store for you this evening. But first, let's begin with the President. And President William Ruto is urging Kenyans to stop the negativity, love the country, and refrain from criticizing and complaining about unnecessary issues. Speaking at Eldoret State Lodge, where he and First Lady Rachel Ruto hosted officials and children from 52 children's homes in Uasin Gishu County ahead of the Christmas festivities, the head of state said that some individuals are accustomed to negativity and blow small issues out of proportion. President Ruto added that as much as there's negativity in the country, foreign agencies, on the other hand, appreciate Kenya's good standing on the global stage, and thus he did not understand why most people could not see the good in their country.
Let us love our country. There are too many negative voices out there. If there is a small issue somewhere, it's blown out of proportion. There's another issue somewhere, people talk negatively about our country. It's completely unnecessary. This is our motherland. This is our country. It is the only country that we have. It's the only home given to us by God. Other people appreciate Kenya. In fact, a US-based travel agency called Lonely Planet has said 3 things about Kenya. Number 1, that Kenya is the best holiday destination in Africa and the 10th globally. This country, this Kenya, the most beautiful holiday destination in Africa, 10th globally, by a very famous United States-based travel agency called Lonely Planet. Number 2, World Bank has said Kenya is the 3rd country with the highest diaspora remittance in the world.
Now, as this happens, Azimio coalition leader Raila Odinga has criticized President William Ruto on his foreign jobs initiative, terming it as a failure by the government to create jobs at home. Odinga, who spoke in Ungana in Siaya County, said that the government is to blame for the current brain drain, which has led to the scrambling of jobs abroad.
The responsibility of the government is to create jobs in the country, not to search for jobs outside. Because in those other countries, those governments are also looking for jobs for their own people. So it is the responsibility of the government of the day to create jobs within its jurisdiction. This is information that Mr. Ruto needs to know.
Right. The last troop of Kenyan soldiers, part of the peacekeeping force of the East African community in the Democratic Republic of Congo, has returned home after 1 year. The soldiers were received by the Chief of Staff, General Francis Ogola, at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport after leaving Goma this morning. The move has, however, raised eyebrows on the performance of the mission, especially after warring rebels kick-started the war just hours after the soldiers were ordered to return.
Thursday at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, events pointed to the end of a special journey. These soldiers alight one after the other from the DRC, more than 1,200 kilometers from here. Chief of the Defense Forces in the country, General Francis Ogola, was officially there to receive these gallant soldiers.
Success and gains made during your tour of duty in the mission reflects the professionalism, discipline, and dedication of our forces.
After the DRC government failed to extend the period of service of the peacekeeping force of the East African Community beyond the 8th of December, these soldiers are returning home, satisfied after liberating the city of Goma from the M23 rebels.
Efforts have not only contributed to the regional stability, but also exemplified the East African community's ability in addressing security challenges collectively in the region.
Kenyan soldiers were the first to be sent to the east of the Congo and managed to restore order in the city of Goma, which is the capital of the North Kivu region. The forces leave the DRC when it is holding a general election, and President Felix Tshisekedi is running for a second term in that election. A total of 900 soldiers from Kenya took part in the mission in DRC, each one well satisfied with their performance and role in Goma.
Proud of what you have done. I'm proud of the achievements you made, and welcome back home. You've done your bit and you've accomplished the mission for which you are sent. So karibuni sana nyumbani.
East Africa Community Regional Forces troops was sent in September 2022 for a duration of 6 months. That was extended to September 2023 and later on to December 8th, 2023. Sheila Chelangat for TV 47.
Thank you, Sheila, for that. Now, the Ministry of Education has on Thursday announced the reduction of subjects for lower and upper primary schools as recommended by the Presidential Working Party on Education Reform. This is per the report which on the implementation of the competency-based curriculum, that is CBC, which was launched on August 1st, 2023. Our reporter, Grace Korea-Kanja, with the details.
Various stakeholders and Your Excellency.
The Presidential Working Party on Education Reforms had recommended that the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development rationalize the number of learning areas and curriculum designs. According to the new reforms, in the pre-primary, that is PP1 to PP2, learning areas should not exceed 5, while in senior school, that is grades 10 to 12, the learning areas should not exceed 7. The ministry has also announced that effective January, in lower primary, the learning areas have been reduced from the current 9 to 7, further adding that the number of lessons have been reduced from 35 to 31 per week, including pastoral program of instruction. Hygiene and nutrition activities have been integrated within environmental activities with 4 lessons. In upper primary, that is grades 4 and 6, the learning areas have been reduced from 10 to 8, with the number of lessons reduced from 40 to 35 per week, including the pastoral/religious program of instruction. Agriculture has been integrated with aspects of home science into one composite subject referred to as agriculture and nutrition to have 4 lessons per week. Learning areas for junior school have also been reduced from 14 to 9, with the ministry adding that all 9 core subjects shall be taken by all learners. The number of lessons has also been reduced from 45 to 40 per week, including the pastoral program of instruction. Grace Korea-Kanja, TV 47.
The competency-based curriculum has faced significant challenges But as the government continues to power through with its plans, we ask, are our children getting the education they deserve? A significant challenge being faced by the education sector is the junior secondary school section, where teachers are threatening to strike at any moment, citing a lack of infrastructure, poor pay, among many other complaints. Kisewa Emery with the details.
In keeping with our commitment, 56,750 new teachers have been employed.
These comments were made by the president early last month during his inaugural State of the Nation address. However, junior secondary school teachers claim that this is only half true.
That the government is talking about each and every day that they have recruited teachers 56,000. That is a lie. 1,000 for primary section and 9,000 for secondary. So the rest, 46,000 teachers, are actually on contract basis.
The JSS interns are threatening to strike in the next few weeks after the Teachers Service Commission stated their plans to extend the JSS intern contracts by an additional year. Contracts given to teachers and seen by TV47. This contract state that the contract is a one-off non-renewable contract for a duration of 11 months with effect from 1st February to 31st December 2023. With the economy also becoming even harsher, the teachers have been compelled to ask government for permanent and pensionable contracts, while stating that their 20,000 shilling stipends have been subject to statutory deductions.
You can't renew a contract that pays 17,000, and if you divide 17,000 by 30, actually you are paid 500.
Paints a demoralizing picture, with things being even worse on the ground. These JSS teachers are demotivated while being made to teach subjects they have not fully trained on, as well as the JSS schools being housed in primary schools that do not have the necessary infrastructure to support the CBC curriculum.
Yes, the situation on the ground is dire because actually even the infrastructure, the environment itself is not really conducive because the JSS institutions are domiciled in the primary section.
During a joint media interview from the State House on Sunday, the president outlined plans concerning JSS leadership, stating that to get a permanent and pensionable job from the government, Kenyans must first go through a 2-year internship period, a policy that is also applicable to JSS teachers.
Januari watakuwa kazini. Kwa sababu tulitoa sera kama serikali ya kwamba sekta zote kabla ya kuajiriwa permanent and pensionable unafanya kazi internship miaka miwili.
With the situation almost at a boiling point, with teachers set to strike as soon as the Teachers Service Commission renews their contracts expiring at the end of the month, serious concerns have to be raised over whether this is the environment Kenyans would like their children to learn under. Kisewa Emery, TV47.
The Ministry of Health has directed the Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentists Board, KMPDB, to inspect a section of health facilities afresh to ascertain the quality of service delivery. This is according to Health CS Susan Nakhumicha, who says that this is integral if the country is to achieve universal health coverage.
A total of 3 billion Kenya shillings is going to be paid out to all the facilities.
Health CS Susan Nakhumicha has assured Kenyans that health services will not be halted because of delayed payments.
The beginning of finding a solution is knowing and acknowledging the problem, which this reports is a clear indication of where the problem is, and therefore I'm confident that we are going to find solutions. As a ministry, we are fully aware that the economic gains Kenya has made over the past years can easily be reversed by crippling healthcare costs.
While launching the health facility census report here in Nairobi, Nakhumicha says the health sector is key to our country's economic growth.
Workforce shortage is most biting at the level 2 facilities, and 4% of those facilities at level 2 had none of the required health personnel.
The report has indicated that there is need for the Ministry of Health to upgrade the health facilities across the country, with 12 counties being cleared to have met the WHO threshold.
Of all the facilities in this country, only 7% are ready to provide services.
WHO recommended It's 23 per 10,000 population, and only 12 out of the 47 counties have met that threshold.
Nakumisha says the changes made to the healthcare laws have seen growth in the ministry's workability.
Today, the data has exonerated the ministry that of all the facilities in this country, only 7% are ready to provide services. And that only 6% of the tracer pharmaceutical services are available in facilities.
The Ministry of Health is confident that this report is going to help in ensuring the workability of various health facilities in the country is improved, hence ensuring that the universal health coverage is achieved in the country. Vera Alberta, TV47, Nairobi.
Now, a suspect is in police custody for allegedly plotting to steal poisonous sugar in Makongeni, valued at 20 million shillings, that is destined to be used as raw material for the production of industrial ethanol. As Paul Kirobi reports, Yahye, who is the main suspect, was denied the charges and was released on an 80,000 shilling bond.
Few months after Makongeni fake sugar scandal erupted, a citizen by the name Yahe Elias Bare might spend his Christmas holiday in police custody. He appeared before Principal Magistrate Dolphina Alego at Milimani Courts, where the prosecution alleged that he conspired to steal poisonous sugar valued at 20,064,000.
Property of Kenya Revenue Authority. Yahe Elias Bare, true or false? No. True or false? Not true.
The prosecution informed the court that on diverse dates between December 9th and May 3rd, 2023, Yahe, jointly with others not before the court, conspired to steal condemned brown sugar intended to be used as raw material for distillation of industrial ethanol. Further, he was charged with interfering with goods subject to customs control, where the prosecution alleged that Yahe, on diverse dates between April 21st and May 3rd, 2023, removed 20,064 bags of 50 kgs condemned brown sugar.
On dates between 21st April and 3rd May 2023 at King's Commodities Limited Godown at Makongeni area, Thika Township, within Kiambu County, jointly with others not before court, interfered with goods subject to customs control to wit removal of 20,064 50-kilogram bags of condemned brown sugar intended for use as raw material for distillation.
Yahe denied the charges before the Principal Magistrate Dolphina Alego and was released on an 800,000 shillings bond with an alternative cash bail of 400,000 shillings. The case will be mentioned on January 10th, 2024 for pre-trial. Paul Kirobi, TV47, Nairobi.
Officers from the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission today conducted an investigative raid at the Vihiga County Assembly buildings, searching through crucial documents in an exercise believed to be part of ongoing investigations over alleged misappropriation of funds at the County Assembly. At the center of investigations are the Assembly clerks as well as the Chief Finance Officer. Our reporter, Arnold Adidi, with more.
For the better part of the Thursday, significant offices at the Vihiga County Assembly were under scrutiny. Officers from the EACC moving from office to office, gathering material believed to contain important details concerning allegations of fraud that have clouded over the devolved unit. Among the offices that were under scrutiny is that of the Assembly's clerk, as well as that of the Chief Finance Officer from present and past county administrations, who are alleged to be involved in the alleged fraudulent activities. Officers here gathering documents as well as electronic data. Despite no arrests being made today on the matter, this exercise was conducted under a notable presence of security officers while both electronic and written data were being collected. Also to note is, this raid comes just days after the commissioning of the palatial residence for the Speaker of the County Assembly, a project that cost taxpayers over 60 million Kenya shillings. A committee at the Senate has also launched probe into the project where taxpayers' money is believed to have been mismanaged. Today's raid comes weeks after the commission recovered 47 million Kenya shillings stolen from the County Assembly of Homa Bay County between 2015 and 2017. Arnold Adidi, TV47, Vihiga.
Now, travellers and motorists spent the better part of this morning stuck on Mai Mahiu Highway, most of whom were travelling up country. Willie Dennis Njiru now with what caused the gridlock.
The Mai Mahiu Road escarpments. Motorists using this road spent hours in the snarl-up said to have been caused after a lorry broke down on the otherwise busy road, now even more busy since more Kenyans are headed up country for Christmas festivities.
Gari moja ikiharibikia kwa barabara inashikana kwa sababu haina pahali ya kupotelea, haina service lane, haina pahali unaweza kanyaga kado ndio zingine zipite.
The situation made worse by other motorists who opted to use opposite lanes, thereby causing a gridlock.
Sana hii watu wa gari dogo, hii barabara ikipata jam kidogo, kuwa overlap, wanaenda wanafugia magari, askari hata wanashindwa hata na kufungua hiyo jam.
According to motorists plying the route, the gridlock is extended to Nairobi-Naivasha Highway at Sokomjinga, forcing motorists to use the forest trucks as an alternative route.
Barabara ya watalii ni barabara ya biashara, sababu hata sisi tunaipenda, sababu ndio tunaitumia kuchukua mchanga, mawe.
Nakuja kazi asubuhi, narudi jioni, magari imeshikana, matatu, basi. Sasa jamu ikishikana, gari zote zinakuwa zimeshikana, inakuwa kama laini kutoka Mai Mahiu mpaka Mutalagwa.
The traffic jam consisted of a mixture of heavy commercial vehicles and personal cars jam-packed along the Rift Valley escarpment.
Sasa ubaya wa hii barabara ni kuwa ni BAMBA na iko na magari mingi sana. Sasa inafaa kuwa yani ipanuliwe, hata afadhali iwekwe ile
residents now calling on government to expand the road.
Ipanuliwe, iwekwe crabbing line. Sababu kusema hii barabara ifugwe ati iwekwe barabara ingine, labda ichibwe hii milima yote. Sababu kusema ati ipanuliwe, kusema ati ijengwe barabara ingine, hiyo yote ifungwa. Labda wasema wajenge barabara ingine mpya.
Major traffic snarl-ups have become synonymous with festive seasons, most of which have seen Kenyans fight to beat the Christmas rush on major highways. A few hours before, motorists were stuck for more than 9 hours along the Nairobi-Mombasa highway. It was reported that gridlock occurred at Mtito Andei and Voi. Motorists plying the route were therefore forced to spend the night in their vehicles from 1 a.m. Thursday. Reporting for TV47 from Mai Mahiu in Nakuru County, I'm Willie Dennis Njiru.
I certainly hope those who were stuck in that gridlock found their way home unscathed. I really do hope so. And I wish you a happy time wherever you were traveling to. Now, in other news, a section of governors have come out guns blazing to protest the report by Controller of Budget, who listed 10 counties that did not spend a penny on development projects. Nairobi, Embu, Homa Bay, Kericho, Kilifi, Machakos, Samburu, Turkana, Wajir and West Pokot are in the red list, according to the report, which is now irking these county bosses. George Meringa reports.
The devolved units seem not to be controlling their expenditure if the report by the Controller of Budget is anything to go by. During the period under review, that is the first quarter of the current 2023-2024 financial year, counties spent 60.3 billion shillings on salaries and allowances. However, a meager 6.9 billion shillings was spent on development, representing 3.7% of the total allocation. 10 counties are on the Controller of Budget's radar for having not spent a penny on development. They include Nairobi, Embu, Homa Bay, Kericho, Kilifi, Machakos, Samburu, Turkana, Wajir, and West Pokot. Nyakango's report shows that Nairobi County spent 176 million Kenya shillings in 4 months for domestic travel, 11.9 million shillings on foreign trips, 51.8 million Kenya shillings on fuel alone, and 28 million Kenya shillings on hospitality. Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja has, however, refuted the report.
Tumezindua blood bank, tumezindua renal unit ya dialysis. All of that is being done through the money that you're paying as taxpayers. Hiyo ni development. So development sio kwa hiyo mavitabu wanaangalia, ni kwa ground. Na kwa ground ndio sindo hiyo.
Homa Bay Governor Gladys Wanga, on the other hand, says that the report does not accurately reflect the county's activities and financial management during that period. In a statement through her X-verified account, Gladys Wanga, who sought to clarify and set the record straight, claims that in the first quarter, Homa Bay County made significant progress in various development projects in healthcare, infrastructure, education, and other key sectors. She has listed the completion of the Raila Odinga Stadium in Homa Bay, outpatient and maternity units in Rachuonyo, Magina, Miniambo, among other hospitals. The Controller of Budget also raised concerns over own-source revenue collection. Out of a target of 78.6 billion Kenya shillings, the 47 counties collected only 10.6 billion shillings, translating to 13%. This was attributed to leakages in revenue collection and management, as most of the collected monies are not banked as per the law. However, when all is said and done, with a war of words between the Controller of Budget and the governors, and after the dust has settled, the true measure of development and proper use of expenditure can only be felt by the mwananchi on the ground, who expects to see development at grassroots level. George Maringa, TV47, Nairobi.
Residents of Gikumari area in Ruiru in Kiambu County have expressed fear of being evicted from their land, estimated to be over 3,000 acres big. This is where most of them have lived for decades. However, a cross-section of leaders from Kiambu County have asked the government to come clear on the acquisition of the land in question in a bid to save the area residents. Mike Kagongo reports.
Locals raised concerns after a contractor started opening up roads and resurveying the area last Sunday without a public participation forum, while a local administrator is said to have told those who have developed their parcels of land that they will be compensated. These raised eyebrows among the property owners, as many of them have already acquired title deeds.
Mimi nimeshangaa juu baba yangu ndiye amenipatia shamba na niko na title. Sasa kusikia ati hiyo title ni fake. Sikulala hata sikuona usingizi.
Kwa labda unashukua baroti hasilingani kwa ile isire portions. Ploti yako inaweza kuwa pande ya Gikumari na shamba iko upande wa Juja.
Led by Ruto MP Simon King'ara and Gatongora Ward MCA Dan Getao, the leaders said the government has not made it clear whether it plans to acquire the portion of the affordable housing project.
Hakuna haja mfukuza watu atimulete mtu. Ufukuza watu ulete mtu. Hii nchi ni ya watu au ni ya mtu?
Wakati bunge itarisume kutoka recess, hii petition isikizwe na isikizwe na Kenya mzima.
Azimio letu ambao tumeafikiana leo ni kwamba serikali iondoke hapa, wananchi waachwe na shamba lao.
Contacted earlier, Area Deputy County Commissioner Margaret Mpogwa said she was not aware of any plans to evict people from their land and insisted that the government was opening up roads in the area. The leaders now said justice should prevail and no one should be deprived of their land.
Watu wa Gikumari hakuna pahali wanaenda. Mashamba ya watu wa Gikumari hakuna pahali wanaenda. Wataenda wapi? Na hii mashamba ni yao, wako na title deeds. Ule mtu anakuja hapa kuwaambia wahame, yeye ndiye chairperson wa Land Control Board.
However, The MP appealed to residents not to take the law into their hands and give him time to consult the relevant offices.
Siasa na fujo. Kwa sababu mimi kama Simon hakuna karatasi nimeona, hakuna mtu amekuja kuniambia, ni vile tu nimeona tingatinga zimekuja pale, polisi wamejaa hapo.
The meeting also gave a 2-day ultimatum to administration to withdraw security from the area and resolved to send a petition to Parliament against the move to evict them. Mike Kagwango, TV 47, Nairobi.
And on that note, let's take a short break. We'll be back with more content on the other side of this very break. See you.
Maybets, base ya washindi. Kwa browser yako, ingia kwa www.maybets.com. Click join, alafu useti details zako hapo kuregister. Next, utatumiwa kodi yako ya kuverify, alafu ukiingia tu hivi, wanakujenga 50 bob ya karibu bonus. Kwa access hii karibu bonus, deposit 50 bob kwa wallet yako, alafu bet on games 4 za total odds ya 3.5 au zaidi. Ni rahisi, hii sio design. Sasa, umeingia kwa winning team. Maybets, home of winners.
Welcome to the Mwai Kibaki Convention Center, the premier events venue. Our state-of-the-art facilities are designed to meet all your needs, from large-scale conferences to intimate meetings and everything in between. Located in the heart of Thika, the Mwai Kibaki Convention Center offers stunning views of the city skyline and is easily accessible from all major transportation hubs. Our facility features ample parking, free Wi-Fi, advanced audiovisual equipment, and our technical team is always on hand to ensure your event runs smoothly and seamlessly. Don't take our word for it. Make your next event unforgettable at the Mwai Kibaki Convention Center. Contact us today for bookings and reservations. Email multimedia@mku.ac.ke or call us on 0708 212204 or 0727 441733 or 0721 438 629 to learn more about our services and book your event.
Buda, unajua hiyo mbao inaweza kushikia kashamba. Predict mechi 15 ustana chance ya kuwa millionaire. Cheza Maybets wa bebe 2 million jackpot. Ni mbao tu, ni rahisi, hiyo design. Maybets, home of winners. Betting is strictly for 18 years and over. Bet responsibly. BCLB number 0000578.
Welcome back. If you're joining us right now, this is TV47 Daily Report with me, Victor Muyakane, assisted by Rhoda Nyamai on sign language. Now, due to rampant cases of coffee theft in some of the coffee factories in the country, most recently being that of Kaguru Coffee Cooperative Society, which was broken into about 2 weeks ago, and coffee worth more than 2.5 million shillings stolen, coffee cooperative societies have decided, or rather have been urged, to seek services of armed police officers to safeguard their coffee in the factories. Speaking during a tour of the new Kenya Planters Cooperative Union in Meru branch, the new KPCU board chairperson, that is Daniel Chemno, urged coffee cooperative societies to seek armed police services as directed by the Ministry of Interior so that they are able to safeguard their coffee. Chemno dissociated the new KPCU from the remarks made by Zablon Mbabu, the chairman of the Coffee Millers of Meru, where Mbabu claimed that the theft of coffee in various parts of the country was as a result of new KPCU.
That as a state corporation and as a body registered to market Kenyan coffee, we want to disassociate ourselves entirely by remarks made by one Mr. Mbabu that associated the theft of coffee to the coming of new KPCU. And I want to put it clear. At the beginning of the year, the CS internal security asked all coffee cooperative societies and estates where coffee is stored to seek armed police protection. And by that, at the beginning of the year, all cooperatives and or where stores are need to be manned by armed police to thwart any attempt by people with malicious intentions to grab what they never sowed. And as such, it is our expectation that given such support the government has given, all farmers' cooperative societies who are storing their coffee before they bring to Nika IPCU or to other places need to have the place secured by having police presence.
TV47 Sports, brought to you by Clicket Prize and Radio 47. Make your festive gaming experience memorable. Tune in, play, and stand a chance to unwrap delightful surprises all December long with the Radio 47 and Clicket Prize.
This is TV47 Sports News with Clicket, giving you a chance to claim exclusive rewards like mbuzi, airtime, cooking oil, bus fare and other prizes. There is also a fully expense-paid trip to Mombasa Beach Hotel. To participate, send the word Flight 47, that is Flight 47, to 24550 and you stand a chance to win amazing prizes. Now, the Kenya women beach volleyball team has registered a 2-0 victory against Burundi in the ongoing 2023 African Volleyball Federation Zone 5 Beach Volleyball Qualifiers at the Pride in Paradise Beach Resort in Mombasa. The victory saw the revival of the team's hopes to qualify for the Paris Olympics despite losing their first match against Egypt. Meanwhile, the men's national team fell 2-0 against Rwanda in their opening match.
Kulingana na venye wasichana wamecheza, kwa hii timu yetu tuko na young players, Charlene Sembele na Masi Minza, ambao hawajaicheza huu mchezo, but kwa mara yao ya kwanza wametuonyesha kwamba wanaweza, na ningependa sana Federation wawape muda ili watrain pamoja na watazidi kuimarisha mchezo wao. Na matumaini yangu ya kesho tukicheza na Rwanda, niko na matumaini kwamba watacheza vizuri. Though Rwanda is a good team, wameenda pia seti ya golden set na Egypt, venye si tulienda na Egypt golden set. So na expect mchezo mzuri kesho na natumaini Kenya tutashinda.
Tuko na chance za kushinda to be the top 3 countries. Ningeomba serikali na Ministry of Sports tukishashinda, tukisha qualify, watu leta kwa mazoezi mapema. Manake most of players hapa wanacheza indoor volleyball, hawana hiyo uzoefu wa mchanga. So tusipokuja mazoezi mapema inakuwa challenging. Unaona Egypt wamecheza hatua kadhaa na sasa pia training yao hawajafanyia huko kwao. Wamefanya training kule Europe, wamefanya friendly matches. So tusipofanya early preparation, don't expect us to do much. Mimi niko na matumaini tutashinda because everything depends na hiyo game ya kesho. Tunataka kumaliza kwa medal bracket na to represent country to the second round na pia the coming All African Games. Na najua tutashinda.
Right. Kariobangi Sharks have registered a 3-0 victory against Talanta FC in the match day 16 of the FKF Premier League played at the Machakos Stadium. Jeffrey Onyango, Keith Imbali and Stanley Wilson all scored for the Sami Muluya-led side. Elsewhere, Posta Rangers climbed up to the second position on the table after defeating Ulinzi Stars 1-0, while Shabana fell to a 1-0 defeat against Bidco FC.
Nafikiria huu mwaka hatujaweza kuwa na nafasi ya kupata mabao matatu. So leo kupata bao 3 na pia kuenda mechi bila kufungwa, nafikiria ni jambo la maana sana. So pia labda hongera kwa wale ambao walipata fursa za kufunga. Geoffrey Onyango, tulikuwa na Keith Imbali na Stanley Wilson. Ni ligi ambayo ni ngumu, sijaanza vyema haswa huu kipindi cha kwanza ambacho kinaisha. So ni kujaribu tubaki na mechi moja ambayo tutacheza mwezi wa Januari. Alafu tuna mechi zingine 2 ambazo tutacheza ugenini. So sio rahisi na nimekubali kwamba sijaanza vyema, sijakuwa na mchezo mwema. Tulikuwa tumepoteza mechi 5 kabla tupate sare dhidi ya Bidco na ushindi huu leo. Wale ndio vijana niko nao, sitafanya mengi haswa katika kipindi hichi cha kuchukua wachezaji haswa. Sitafanya mengi ni kupea mazoezi ambayo wale niko nao. Ni lazima pia waingiane na mechi ambazo za Premier League. Wengi hawajapata fursa hiyo, lakini mahali ambapo tunacheza haina ati kwamba wewe ni mdogo. Wako wakakamavu na wastahimili ambayo pressure iko hapa.
Githurai All Stars has been awarded 3 million shillings after they were crowned as the champions of the inaugural Sakaja Super Cup on the 19th of December this year after defeating South B-based side Kawasaki 5-4 on penalties. In the ladies category, Club Jojo of Embakasi Central bagged 1 million shillings as they emerged victorious in the Women's Cup. Ramadan Waliaula from Victor's Faith and Florence Akinyi from Club Jojo were recognized as the most valuable players of the tournament. Creative Hands fan base from Embakasi South received the prestigious Most Decorated Fan Base Award.
Milioni 3 msimu wa Krismasi, pesa hizi kidogo zinatutatiza. Asante sana.
Well, that's all we had in store for you this evening. And if I'm not wrong, this would be the last time you and I get to see each other this year, at least live. And same time next year, I'll be hoping that you're still here, doing a little better than you did this year. And all that is in the hands of the Almighty God. And it is to Him that I commit all of you. May God bless you. May you have a wonderful Christmas and a wonderful holiday season and a wonderful new year. Live in the moment, live in the now, because you never know how many of those moments you have left, right? My name is Victor Moyakane. On sign language, we had Rhoda Nyamai. In the gallery, we had Emmanuel Inonda, as well as Lydia Maina and other people, fantastic, smart, intelligent, dedicated people who brought this to you. We also have Mumbi on the camera. She's right there. She's making sure that I look proper and I'm framed the way I'm supposed to be. Thank you, Mumbi Kirego. Thank you, the TV47 newsroom. There's a Christmas party, there's a New Year's party, what do you call it? End of year's party happening just down the road. And the people in the studio right now are dedicated, just serving you this as, you know, they wait to get back to the party. Hopefully you'll find some Fanta. I know that's what I'm looking forward to.